Everybody, welcome to another day and another episode of Amateur Pool. I'm Josh Powell, your host, and today we're playing a little 9-ball chip tournament. Yes, I am playing, but no, I'm not in these matches today. So I set my camera up on one table, recorded on just that table. I think I did end up playing on that table once or twice, but not any of these matches. So we'll just be commentating these other players. I do know some of them I don't. When I do know them, I will say their name. The guy in the blue shirt up there is Andrew. So in case you're not familiar with how a chip tournament works, you rack 9-ball, the incoming player breaks, and whoever wins that rack stays at that table. The loser loses a chip, and the last man standing with chips wins the tournament. So this is the very beginning of the tournament night. This is the first rack of the first game. Andrew racked. I don't know this gentleman's name, but he broke. It looks like he has a look at the one, but I don't think he's much of a shot there, man. Yeah, that was a thin cut. Trying to make that cut would have been a tall task for a gentleman such as himself. Actually, I can't even say that because I don't know him very well. I don't know him at all, actually, you know. So this tournament was played at Cushion's Lounge. This is in Oxford, Michigan. It's inside a bowling alley. It's a cool spot, man. If you're ever in Oxford or Oakland County, Michigan, Oxford, Michigan, Lake Orion, Michigan, Oakland County, Michigan, check them out, man. It's a pretty cool spot. Also, the tournament was hosted by, Inside English is her channel name. She has a YouTube name. She streams her tournaments that she does, and man, she's awesome. So if you get a chance, check out Inside English. I've taught her how to use OBS now, so she is going to get a camera and start making her streams a little crisper. But as of right now, she just streams on I guess it's a tablet or a laptop, or not a laptop, a tablet or something like that. But oh man, he got bunched up on that 2 there, man. That's going to be no fun. Let's see how they handle this one. You know what I mean? Man, I feel like I can't talk today. You know, I'm off my game. It's crazy. One of those days, man. It's Wednesday. This tournament was played last night, and I did play it. I didn't get home until pretty late, so maybe I'm going to chalk it up to being tired, I guess. I don't know. All right. I don't know if they're frozen or not. If they're frozen, there's no push foul. If the fact that he's jacking his stick up leads me to believe they're probably not frozen. And even though he jacked his stick up, if they weren't frozen, that's technically still a foul. In APA, now APA has a rule where it's not a foul if you're on a 45-degree angle, but that's just an APA rule. Honestly, in most other leagues and stuff, if there's a small gap, even at a 45-degree angle up like this, if you're still going straight into the balls, it's typically a foul. Double hit or a push. All right, he's going to cut this 3 in the corner. He put right spin to come around. He got a little lucky and ran into that 9. Now, the 9 ball has to be called since it's one game, so that doesn't count. He'll spot that up, but the player does continue to shoot. So he will probably bank this 4, I would imagine, because I don't think he can see enough of it past the 5 to cut it. He can. Huh? Prove me wrong. Why don't you? You know what I mean? So he did. This one he's definitely going to try to bank, right? Because he doesn't have enough room to cut this one. I don't think he's not going to cut this one straight up the table unless he's, Efren Reyes in disguise. Yeah, he did go for the bank. He almost made it, too. He hit the point, popped out. It was close, man. Now, this leaves Andrew a long, tough cut, right? I mean, in retrospect, I can't speak today. This looks like it should be an easy cut, but the fact that he's down there in that pocket makes this a very difficult shot. The good news is shapes should be pretty standard. Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about shapes too much because he's going to come up and down the table, and he's going to end up with a look at the 6. Now, he's got a little bit of a tight cut into the side, but if he makes it, the cue ball should just come up and then back down in this area somewhere, I would imagine. Okay, he hit it a little fuller than I thought it was going to hit. So his cue ball came over this way. Same result, though. Good shot. This one, he can either just go straight back and forth with center ball, or he can try to put a little bottom right and come back this way. He went straight back and forth, which is a smarter shot, right? It's less risk involved that way. If you put right on it and your stroke's not working, you can go right in that pocket. So this should be all she wrote for first rack. Yeah, Andrew, that's Andrew at the table. He won the first rack. So he's going to rack the balls and wait for the incoming player. The incoming player will break. What's cool about this tournament, they have a rule that if there's a break and run and you don't get to shoot, you get one chance at a rebuttal. So you can try to break and run back. I do know this guy who just broke. His name's Nick. I don't know his last name. I may have learned it once upon a time, but his stroke is very unique. Watch how he shoots. Very unique. He just kind of lines up and then fires it real quick, man. It's real jerky and stuff, but sometimes he shoots really good like that. But I've told him before, man, if he worked on changing his stroke a little bit, he'd probably be a whole lot better player. And I'm not saying he's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling you bad, Nick. I'm just saying if you smooth that stroke out a little bit, man, take a little more time on it, you would be a lot better than you are right now. And that's not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to get better. You know what I mean? I don't know if that 5 goes past the 9 or not. It looks like it probably will, but he's got to be real precise with it. Oh, he's trying to play a safety, man. He needed to hit that 5 a lot fuller to slow the cue ball down. He wanted that cue ball to stay right there. But he hit it too thin, so the 5 went this way, and the cue ball bounced off the rail and came back out. This should be an easy out for Andrew. I've known Andrew quite a while, man. Him and I have played several times. He's a really good shot. I've got a few matches, at least 2, I think, with him on my channel, but they're old matches. Him and I used to play APA against each other quite a bit. He's a 7'9", He's a 7'9" in APA. He's a good shot. All right, this can be easy peasy for him. Either draw or stun. Yeah, he put a little draw, a little bit of right spin too. That's what made it come up this way. But this is a pretty easy shot. He's just got to make sure to control his cue ball so he doesn't scratch over here. He'll either hit it light or he'll hit it with center ball, so go straight. Yeah, he hit it with center ball. Good shot. So that's 2 in a row for Andrew. He has yet to lose a chip. So we got another player incoming. Andrew's going to prepare the rack, which I edited out. And we'll see who's next, man. Let's see who we got next. Andrew's been on fire. Oh, I know this player. This is my mom, actually. Her name is Shuri, and she's the one breaking. So go mom, Everybody spam the comments with go mom. I mean, just because it's fun. Oh, she's scratched. She's scratched in the side pocket, man. And you never want to give Andrew ball in hand with a... this rack isn't super open, right? The 3 ball is a little bit tricky. And he's got the 6 ball over here. So he may not get out this run, but man, that's tough. That's a tough way when you break them like that and scratch against a good player. All right, moment of truth. I say he draws back to around here and just gets a look at the 3. He may even try to shoot the 3 this way. I'm not sure if it goes or not. I don't think he can see past the 5. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can see past the 5. He can. Man, okay. I got tricked. I got tricked by the camera. You tricked me, little Timmy cameraman. That cameraman. I'm the cameraman. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I tricked myself. All right, he's looking good. The 6 ball is going to be the last difficult shape he has to get. Maybe if he cuts this in the side with a little top left, the cue ball may come this way. And if he ends up in here, he may end up with a shot on that 6 to this corner. Okay, he tried getting the same position, but he tried stunning over. He just underhit it. Because I think if he gets around this area, he can either cut or bank that 6 ball. I would have played that natural instead of stun because that side pocket shot was pretty tight. So I would have played that natural with top and came up this way for that shape. Just because that's the way the cue ball wants to go anyway. All right, he probably called the 9, I bet, on that shot over here. Missed it, though. And now my mom's got a chance, but not an easy shot here. I think she can probably thin it over there, but it's tight. If she does thin it, the cue ball is going to do something like this. And it's going to, I mean, you never know where it's going to end up because it's such a thin hit that you can't really control where it's going to go. You can see the approximate path, but it's such a thin hit, the cue ball flies around. Oh, someone moving my camera, bro. Don't be moving my camera around like that. Oh, making me mad. Don't be moving my camera. Oh, that was me. There's my bald head right there. All right, so my mom scratched on that shot, man. Sorry, Mom. Rest in peace, Mom. It's only your first game of the night, so she had like 500 chips. No, I'm just kidding. I think she had 7 chips, 8 chips, maybe 7. So she's definitely still in it, but I have a good feeling Andrew's probably going to finish this rack. Oh, he left himself a little tight here. I mean, he's got a pretty good cut. Probably put some right spin and just bring the cue ball back around this direction. Okay, he used inside spin. Man, it's a tougher way to play that shot because you're going against the way the cue ball wants to go already. The cue ball wants to head in that direction because you're cutting it this way, and he put inside spin just to force it back. That's tough, man. But it looks like he's going to clean this up as I expected him to. Well done, Andrew. That's 3 in a row for Andrew. Still hasn't lost. Is anybody going to beat this guy? Is anybody going to beat this guy? All right. I know this girl, too. Her name is Heather. Can't think of her last name off the top of my head. It might be Ricarda or something along those lines. But I played with her back in APA as well, back when I used to play APA. So let's see what she does. Maybe she can dethrone Andrew. Let's see. All right. Decent break. She lost the cue ball. You see how the cue ball rolled forward off the break? Ultimately, you'd love the cue ball to just stop in the middle of the table. Sometimes if you hit it real hard, it'll pop up in the air and then stop. I don't know why I drew it like that. Look, I just drew like circles and stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why. Back to the match. Good chat. Let's go back to the match. All right. Now you can push out here in this tournament. So Andrew's going to push out because he can't hit the one very clean. And he pushed out to an open shot. So he's testing her. He's saying, go ahead, girl. Let's see what you got. You know? And she's going to say, okay, I'll shoot it. Or she's going to say, no, let me see what you got and make him shoot it. So she's choosing to shoot it, which is a wise choice because this is an open shot. And you don't want to let Andrew shoot this shot because he'll make it. The shape on the 2 is a little tricky. Oh, she did well with that shot. And if she would have hit this harder, that cue ball would have came over, man. But she had a small window. That was her window to get to the 2. It was small. Oh, no, that's the 4. Never mind, bro. She shaped the 2. I don't even know what I'm talking about. She couldn't see enough of it to make it, it didn't look like. But she did well. She did well with it, man. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. Being cheesy. All right, Andrew's back at the table, man. If he can make the 2 and shape the 3, which I think he can probably cut this 2 in a little right spin. Yeah, shaping the 3 is what's difficult there because such a thin cut, he spun it off the rail. Can't really control where the cue ball goes. And unfortunately for him, he did get hooked, it looks like, on this 3 ball. Now, Andrew does know how to jump, but I think this 9 ball's in his way. If he jumped over here, he would have to double jump like this, you know? And we're not rabbits. We can't double jump. I mean, some people can. I can't. He made a good hit, almost scratched. And he's going to get lucky. He is. He got a lucky leave. Poor Heather, man. I'm sorry he got that lucky leave on you, Heather. You know, you didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve it. But nevertheless, she's going to have to kick at it. She'll probably go this way just to ensure that she makes a good contact. And I would hit this hard, too. Because last thing you want to do is just move the 3 down here and leave the cue up here. You know what I mean? You want to hit it hard and maybe you end up slopping something in. Oh, she missed it. Yeah. Man. That's tough acting to knacting right there. So she hands Andrew the ball in hand. He's coming up to figure out how he can get out here. And the trick to this rack is the 3 to the 4. So he'll probably just hit this soft, leave the cue ball in there, and take the longer, tougher shot on the 4. Yeah. Yep, that was the smartest way to play it. It's a little bit tougher shot, but at least you have a shot at the 4. If you try to manipulate the cue ball there, you may end up hooking yourself. I like the way that played. All right, he'll cut this in. He can either put left inside, bottom left and come around this way. Okay, he put right, or just maybe he hit it with straight top and just went ahead and came up towards the 5. Now he can either shoot the 5 up here, or he can try to cut it in here. Either way, the 6 is over here. So I kind of like cutting it in the side because that leads to the 6. Yeah. It's a lot easier to get shape on the 6 doing it that way, man. All right, so a little bit of bottom on this one. He can use bottom right if he wants. He's just going to come off the rail and out this way and end up nice on that 7. Yep. Looks like he used straight bottom. He may have put a little right, but it didn't look like much, if any. So he can just stop this one. I either stop this one, just leave the cue ball right here, and that way when he shoots the 8, he can just put a little bottom and come back out for the 9. This is a done deal here, likely. fingers crossed. I don't want to curse the guy, when he's in the middle of shooting, but this is likely a done deal. Likely all she wrote, man. In the books, It's official. Oh, he almost missed that. It wiped its feet on the way in. He almost missed it, man. All right, straight in shot for this 9. And what is this, 4 games? He won 4? 4 in a row? Andrew's on fire, man. He's on fire. That boy is on fire. No, I'm just kidding. I'll stop singing. That's horrible. Horrible. All right, next up, I can't remember this guy's name, and I apologize to him. I should know his name. I know him. I just don't remember his name off the top of my head. But my apologies to you, good sir. If you watch this, or if somebody who knows him watches this, put his name in the comments. I'll tag it. I'll pin it to the top so everybody can see his name. All right, he's got a cool looking stick. I like that white stick. It's kind of cool. And then it fades into the black shaft. I like that. All right, is he going to try this carom? Hold on, let's pause this real quick. Oh, he's not. I can tell by the speed. We'll unpause it because there's no point now. I was too slow with it. He went for the safety there. Didn't quite get him. I think he was trying to stick Andrew right there behind the 3. He hit it maybe a little bit too hard. But Andrew either has kind of a thin cut into the side or he's got a straight bank. And where the 2, I think this is the 2 ball here. So I kind of like the either or. If that cut into the side, obviously you want to shoot the cut first as long as it's not too difficult because you'd rather cut over bank. It's a little higher percentage. But the bank's easy. Yeah, the bank's not too tough. And he did a good job with follow. That's what he was thinking about because he could have drawn it back too, but he's got to draw for that side because this blocks the corner. So he followed it instead for this corner. I like his decision there. I like his decision. Good shot, man. He had a little forward spin. Now he's ended up with a tough cut. I know, whoa, where did that line come from, bro? I didn't even draw that line. I don't know how it happened. Little Timmy was over here messing around with it or something. Ooh. It wouldn't have mattered if, I don't know why I went ooh, like it was a big deal because it wouldn't have mattered. Ooh, just kidding. If he made the 9, it's called the 9 ball. You don't have to call any other shots, but the 9 ball is called, not slopped. So if he slopped it in, it would have spotted up anyway. So me making all that, ooh, it's just dramatics. Just dramatics. Back to the match. Oh, man. Andrew, watch that back, man. That was the first time I've noticed you pop up during your shot. The rest of your shots have been pretty smooth. You stayed down on them. You popped up on that one a little bit, which I'm sure has something to do with the reason you missed, Now he left Homeboy. We'll call him Homeboy because I forget his name. We'll call Homeboy. He left him a pretty easy out here, man. Yeah, straight back and forth for the shape on the 5. So he can either put follow inside on this one and come around this way, which I don't recommend because this scratch comes into play, or he can hit stun with a little bit right and come up this way. I like that way better. Let's see which way he's putting top on it. So he's going to go around 2 rails. Yeah. It works, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad way to play, especially if you're comfortable with knowing where that ball is going to go. But me personally, I just like to take that pocket out of the equation altogether, Don't even go near it. That's why I would have used the stun with right spin and came up this way. So Andrew conceded that one, man. That's the match. I appreciate everybody watching, man. Everybody who was on video, thanks for letting me record. If you guys want short rail, that link is in the description. That's it, man. Raven Q's, discount code Josh, and we'll catch you guys on the next video, man. I don't know why you're still here. Why are you still watching, bro? Video's over. Go home. Go home. There's no end screen. We'll see you guys. Peace.